Alright folks, well, doing a little bit of digging here. We're just cleaning things up and getting all the olivine put away. We've got our barracks set up here to, let all the dwarves sleep inside. And we're currently building a bunch of tables and chairs. And this room over to our right, or our left, I should say, this one, let me get it up on Stone Sense, over here. And similarly, this one over here on the regular map, as you can see, is coming together quite nicely, although it's made of different types of rocks. It is definitely fine. So we're going to actually put down some tables in the middle of this and make this our new area. So we could put down some smooth wooden tables and some chairs, and we'll make this entire thing our meeting hall, or at least our initial meeting hall. Now we're going to build a much grander and greater fortress than just this tiny little rock. Let's face it, this little rock hole. This is nothing. But this is also, not even the first 2 months. We're still in month 1, or month 2. So don't even worry about that. Meanwhile over here, we're doing a little bit of experimentation. We're digging out over here for an area to do a bunch of interesting stuff, including cinnabar. Appears to have struck more malachite-bearing rock and cinnabar, which is great. So we're definitely going to be using that. But I am really curious. I kind of struck out over here on finding dirt. As you can see, there's a little bit of a clay floor in the cavern, and olivine. This is not great for us. So I'm wondering if I dig a channel into the earth over here, if I could build a sunken mine or a sunken farm. That would be fine. It's pretty easy to defend. So we just need to wait. Yeah, here we go. Now, could you tell me what the floor is here? It would appear that this is a fire clay. What the heck is in there? Just some crayfish hanging out in there? Okay, well, we'll have to go fishing. So yeah, let's make a nice big area in here. What we'll actually do is channel out this area, because otherwise it's going to be quite complicated. Or it's not going to be above ground, I think. We'll go like that, and we'll channel that all out and make that into a big farm. Yeah, should be fine. So we'll just go down there, channel it all, and then we'll remove all these goofy-looking upward ramps, because they really are... It's hard to even imagine exactly what they're doing, and they're pretty terrible. Let's make sure that this is considered above ground. Yeah, okay, so perfect. We'll be able to actually build farm plots here out of all of this. So all we have to do is just remove the things, and that'll be not so bad. And it looks like the ground there is actually... just clay. So we have a lot of clay. We should probably consider using that. We have some more tables. And we have some more chairs. So now we can make this into a meeting hall by selecting this. And this will be, nope, we want to make this into a dining room. Let's go ahead and make it that big. Yeah, that's fine, and we'll make it a meeting hall, free table. So that should be a good start for us there. We have a door? Yeah, we do have a door on that. Perfect. Now, we also can designate a custom stockpile and get, as you may have seen in my other series, what we want to do now is get all of our stuff out of the rain, because it could go, well, it could be stolen or whatever. So we're going to make a special stockpile just for really interesting things. Gems, finished goods, leather, cloth, not wood. We've got a thing outside for that. Weapons and trap components, armor, the good stuff. We'll go ahead and just make that in this big setup over here, this big room here. And this should cause a flurry of activity as the dwarfs, Honeydew, Xephos, Duncan, they all start pulling things out. So yeah, that should be a pretty helpful thing. And they'll eventually have to stop walking through there, so it'll be better soon. Now, we're definitely going to have some problems with food as the result of this issue over here. It looks like our miners have decided to take a break, which is kind of not what I really kind of wish they weren't doing that right now. But I think it's fine. We'll go ahead and get them setting things up in there, and we'll ask them to remove our wagon. That will be set up, and you'll see they're also going and grabbing all the gems and putting them away. And now someone should be adding making a bunch of barrels. Let's make 3 or 4 barrels and 3 or 4 bins, because we're going to just need to start storing things within things. Summer has arrived. This is a little bit worrisome because we're making okay time, but We haven't really started on food production yet. We're still eating the food that we brought. This worries me quite a bit, and I'm hoping that our miners are going to get over there. But in the meantime, we probably can't rely on the miners to do everything on their own. So one of the things we're going to do is make a workshop just for the farmers to start making things. We actually have a lot of creatures here that could be really useful. So we're going to make a farmer's workshop over here. And we're actually going to have a bunch of stuff in here that I think will be useful for us. We'll go ahead and make this out of, I don't know, gabbro, I guess? That should be good. Because we should be able to make pretty good time on setting this up. Now, in the meantime, I definitely want to make some sort of defensible thing. So we're going to build up a temporary mason's workshop out here. And you'll see why in just a sec. We'll go ahead and build this out of gabbro as well. Because what we need to do is start building a wall. If we're going to have an above ground presence, well, that for some of our livestock, like the mountain tuskoxes and the goats, that really do need to graze, and we aren't in a position to give them anything better right now, then, well, we're going to have to deal with that problem as it comes. I can see that some of our friends, our shaggy badger dogs, are hanging out downstairs along with some of our mole weasels. So evidently they've decided that the new indoor area is great. And we're going to build a kitchen down here as well. So we're going to build a workshop, kitchen, or actually kitchen right here. And this will be where we prepare food. Similarly, we're going to build a butcher in the same thing, because that's just something that we're going to need early on. So let's go ahead and get that done as well. Alright, it looks like the base of this area is pretty much done, which is good, I think. So we're going to go ahead and remove all those, and we're going to start building some farm plots. Hopefully this will be sufficient for us to start our above ground farming, and maybe we can even branch this into below ground farming as well. So let's go ahead and make a nice big area here, and let's see what we can go ahead and make a couple more plots like that. Hopefully we'll be able to make at least some sustainable plant stuff for the future, because we can't live off meat alone, and we don't have really any good fish opportunities except for a couple crayfish now and then, and yeah, we're going to need to do a little bit better if Honeydew, Xephos, and Kin are going to survive. Speaking of which, where is Honeydew, Xephos, and friends? Let's see if we can find them. Oh my gosh. The farm worker is being attacked by a chimpanzee? Where is this chimpanzee? Where did it... I can't believe there's some kind of, like, chimpanzee around here. Some kind of attack of the apes. It looks like maybe they got run off. But you just never know with those things. You just can't trust those things. And here is the beautiful brook. We have named the fortress after it. This is Silvered Spray. And it's not too deep. It's just one layer deep, so you can't walk across it. But you can swim across it pretty easily. It's not going to be, too difficult. It looks like things are going pretty well for clearing out our stuff here. Although I am a little bit confused why it hasn't been removed yet. Makes me wonder if maybe our carpenter is asleep. Let's go ahead and check on Dwarf Fortress. By the way, how are you doing, Xephos? You appear to be hauling. So let's just go ahead and mouse over and see how you're feeling. He slept in the grass recently, slept without a proper room, was caught in the rain, and complained about a lack of chairs. So he's not doing well. He's pretty upset. How about Honeydew? Is Honeydew holding up any better? Was caught in the rain, complained about lack of chairs, but has been satisfied with his work. LividCoffee is upset about crowded tables. He likes his own time. So let's go ahead and make sure that we've got a little bit more tables. I think we have a few more tables we could put down. So let's go ahead and put that down. And how about a chair? We could put down a chair right there. Hopefully that will help them feel a little bit better and not all try to eat at once. Okay, we've got a custom mason's workshop now, and we'd like to make some blocks. So let's just go ahead and make a whole bunch of them. Now you get a lot more than just, you get like, I think it's 3 blocks. I have to look it up, but you get more than 1 block per rock. So we're just going to go ahead and make a bunch of rocks. and that should be sufficient for us. We can also, well, there's a bunch of stuff we can tell that's clever, but we're going to let the masons go ahead and do whatever they need to do to get that done. Because what I think we'd like to do is build a wall, a big wall across this open area here. So let's see what we can do here. We can go like this, right? Actually, we wouldn't want to necessarily do like this. We'd actually like to build it out a little bit, I think, right? Because otherwise we won't have quite enough room. So if you go like that and make it out of granite blocks, well, no, we'll wait for the things to come out. But we can make it pretty straightforwardly. We can also make it out of planks, but I feel like that's just kind of shoddy looking. Like, we're dwarves. We've got, you know, we've got standards. I don't know. Hopefully we can build those up pretty fast, though. Meanwhile, down here, it would appear that we've actually got a fair amount of stuff going on. What is... That's a lizard just hanging out down there. It's like, oh, hey, buddy. I see that you're farming down here. All right. What we need to do is start growing some stuff. Now, I think if we go ahead and take stock of our what we have with the status key, we should have a fair amount of tree acorns, fungoid spores. We have carrots. We can build bloated tubers, summer truffles. So yeah, let's see what we can do here. So. I thought so. We could make some summer truffles. Let's make some bloated tubers here. Bloated tubers are useful for a lot of stuff. So we'll make that also for spring, for autumn, and for winter. Looks like we can't do it for that, but we could do... well, I'm not sure. How about... Well, we probably don't have iron bark saplings, but maybe we'll find some. And then we'd like to do seasonal fertilization in the, I guess, the spring? Yeah. And then we will set up over here and grow some more stuff. So we got bloated tubers in the summer. Okay, we've got some basic stuff going here. I'm also going to expand out an area here. Hopefully, we'll have plenty of room down here. It looks like we have some room. There's a fair amount of fire clay on the ground over here, so we're just going to try and have some underground farming as well. Finding soil underground is going to be really challenging on this map, which just makes it tricky. Meanwhile, we can probably build our wall soon. What we'd also like to do, I noticed that these dwarves are just lugging this terrible amount of stone from out in the middle of nowhere all the way up. So what we're going to do is make a stone stockpile right here. We are going to go ahead and change it so that it only accepts things from... well, what we're going to do is set up a custom stockpile, basically. We're going to disable everything. We want to enable Gabbro and Olivine, and then set up that stockpile there. And then we're going to go ahead and set it up so that this is... we'll take from... only from one place, and then we'll set up this one down here. And have it give to a specific pile or workshop. So the other dwarves will bring this out for them. And we're going to use the wheelbarrows to make it faster. So now the dwarves will all use wheelbarrows to quickly tear through and get a bunch of rock out there so that, you know, the dwarves can do that. And then this can feed to a workshop. So we can give and then put it over this workshop and there. Now we've got a efficient pipeline so that our mason doesn't have to worry about stuff too much. And the other dwarves are going to take their time and just get rocks out there as fast as possible. Because you can see, like a little dwarves there. Who's this? Someone's got a wheelbarrow with them. I can see them hauling ass with it. This Bem Osvach, the farm worker, is just absolutely tearing through things.